Hi everyone, welcome to Couch Conversations with Christine. Today we are going to talk about how to protect your energy using the four elements: earth, air, water, and fire, especially if you are an extroverted empath. This video was inspired by my friend Hema. She is an extroverted empath, but I will say this can also apply to any empath. But I think it's also important to note, especially for extroverted empaths, because they tend to draw their energies from other people and other stimuli in their environment, that it's even more important to protect your energy, because there's a lot of people out there like energy vampires and those that do not always have your well-being at heart. And very briefly, I'll differentiate that with the extroverted empath or introverted empaths or introverts. And those get their energy from recharging and being alone, but not 24/7. So I will say, my camera is on top of a plant stand. That is my makeshift table right now. So I have 6 beautiful plants in front of me. Okay, let's get started. So let's get the earth element. And this is really common sense. And a lot of times you hear it a lot. Spend time in nature, around greenery, around plants. But I can't emphasize this enough for extroverts or extroverted empaths, because you may find yourself around a lot of people, not just because you need to be around a lot of people, maybe that's for work or whatever you do, but because you want to, because that's where you gain your energy from. It's really important to learn to transmute that energy, to regulate those emotions that you may pick up from other people, as well as energies, and also learn ways to balance yourself. And nature, for me, I feel like it's a panacea. It's like a cure-all for balancing your inner and outer emotions, your inner and outer energies. And I think this is especially important for empaths, because you are regularly in company with others. So I would suggest, because not everyone can get out in nature, to get a little plant. And I have an aloe vera plant that I'm trying to make survive. And my little plant, I have a bunch here. You can talk to it, touch it. Sometimes I will just rub the stem. The same with flowers. Of course, some of the flowers, and I am not an expert in flowers at all, but when you touch them, sometimes is it pollen? The petal stuff comes out on you. So be careful, but I'll talk to my plant, I'll touch my plant, I'll massage the plant, I'll play music. Usually I have some type of classical music or binaural beats going on in the background at some frequency, usually love frequency. And it really helps bring a sense of calm. It connects me to the plant, and it helps a lot with transmuting energies that don't belong to me. And it doesn't always have to look like this, but I think for extroverts, get yourself a little plant. Name it, make it yours, and take care of it, and talk to it regularly. And I think this is one small way that it can help you, especially when you're around people. Plants have a beautiful way of helping to rebalance your own energies and getting rid of anything dark, anything heavy or dense. Second, let's look at the air element. And I know as an air sign, we love to talk. And I know extroverts, many, not all, many love to talk and be in company of other people. And just note, just because you're an extrovert doesn't mean that you necessarily enjoy talking all the time. You could just enjoy being around other people and other stimuli, whether that's living creatures or sound, lights, whatever it is. And so I have here, just like introverts, a lot of introverts tend to talk to themselves, and I'm one of them. I will have conversations with myself. And I try not to do this in public. I do it with my son. But sometimes people are like, what the hell's going on? But I've learned really not to care. I'll just talk out loud, and I'll be like, what do I want here? Do I want this or that? And my thought process comes out. I recommend to extroverts, try talking to yourself too. Especially on days when you feel like your energies may be dense, maybe heavy, maybe you don't have time to escape into nature, or you are just compressed and you are around a lot of people. Talk to yourself, because it's a way of not only vocalizing your truth and letting that energy out, but it's also a way to kind of gather your own thoughts. And this is one powerful way too to connect to spirit and to those around you, not in the physical realm necessarily. Third, let's tap into the water element. And this could take any form. I think showers and baths are one of the most commonly purported forms of energy clearing for empaths in general. And I use this a lot. It's a wonderful way to cleanse your energy at the end of the day. And again, I can't emphasize this enough, especially for extroverts, especially if you are someone that needs or wants to be around a lot of external stimuli. And even this goes for introverted empaths and other sensitives as well, because you may have to work in environments that have a lot of stimuli, a lot of people around you. Taking a shower and actually visualizing all of that energy, anything dense, heavy, negative, washing away and falling out is a really powerful way to cleanse your energy space. And I also like to call in my spiritual team and archangels that I work with, but you may have your own deities, you may have your own spiritual people that you call in. And I say that broadly speaking, spiritual people. These are people, entities you could call them, beings, whatever you want to denote them as. Call them in and they will assist you. My particular archangels, I work a lot with Archangel Raphael, some people say Shamuel or Shamuel, I say Shamuel, and Archangel Raziel. And they have helped me so much with clearing my own energy, but in many different ways too in life. And also take water. Water is another way where you can really set the intention before you drink it. And for extroverts especially if you're in the midst of a lot of stimuli around you. But again, this can go for any type of person working in this type of environment or around a lot of people, especially if you tend to pick up energies quickly or absorb them. Set the intention before you drink the water for whatever it is you want to feel or what you want to transmute or clear, and drink that water. And you will be surprised at the effects it can have on you. Finally, fire. And this is a fun one. I do candle work, but I also do a lot of releasing letters in the form of writing and expressing my thoughts and then burning them. And that fire has a way of taking that energy and dispelling that into the universe away from you. And it almost taps into the air element too, because you can write this and speak it out loud. And I think this is important. You don't have to do this frequently, and it actually doesn't take a long time. I do not only do this on full moons, but I do this regularly when I need to cleanse my energy space and when I've come into contact with people that may have had heavier, dense energies, or when I feel like something has invaded my own bubble. And for extroverted empaths, you can do the same. Maybe you had some type of altercation with a work client or a friend, or there's a lot of people around you and you just absorbed energies or darkness, or even brought home something that you didn't want to. And you can easily release this by writing a list of everything that you're feeling and what you want to release and what you want to send back to that entity, to that being. And you can speak this aloud too, and then you can burn it. All of this, it could take easily 5 minutes or less, depending on how long you write, and then you can burn it. I usually just use a safe cooking pan and I'll just burn it, and then I'll release the ashes over my balcony. So those are 4 ways that you can protect yourself if you are an empath, but especially an extroverted empath. And again, any empath, if you work in an environment that has a lot of external stimulation, where you work around a lot of people, and maybe people that you know are not exactly there for your well-being, maybe that don't always see you the way that you see yourself, maybe in a positive light, or maybe those that are potentially energy vampires. I hope this video could offer some tips, could offer some help and support. If you have any others, I'd love to hear them. I know there is a whole list of different ways we as empaths and other sensitives can protect our energies, and this is not exhaustive by any means, and I would love to do more videos on this because empaths are near and dear to my heart. I am one. I know a few family members that are empaths, and it's really important that we always maintain our energetic integrity, not just for ourselves, but for others, especially in the work that we do. If you feel called to, I'd love it if you could subscribe, share, and like this. Otherwise, I wish you a beautiful day and hope I see you next time. Take care.